It is 6:45 here in Tassie. I'm starting a bit late this evening, but hello, Brad. How are you? Oh my god, we're going unnatural tonight because I put some heavy makeup on. I think it was yesterday to do that introduction video for my channel, and like my eyes just were like absolutely not. They're really sore today, so I'm going unnatural. I've got the dog. She's getting herself comfy. As long as she doesn't start scratching my sofa. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I'm in a funny mood. I'm in I really couldn't be bothered to stream tonight mood. I want to curl up on the sofa and read a good book. But I remembered I have Planet Zoo, and I've had an itch. So I watched a channel that I follow, Gallows, who, if you don't follow him, please follow him. He is awesome. He played Planet Zoo recently, and since I've watched that, I've had this itch that has needed to be scratched. We're going to play some Planet Zoo tonight. Sofa. It's a sofa. I have played this. I've played it a very long time ago when it first came out, and I had it on a laptop. My husband's laptop. The poor thing nearly takes off from my lap when I play on like Planet Zoo or Horizon or anything like that. It hates it. Never played it on the big PC, so I'm excited. I'm excited to see better graphics. I'm excited to see things like the animals are not going to be pixelated. I'm actually going to be like, oh my god, that's a lion, that's a tiger. I'm keen. We're going to go through the franchise because I just forgotten how to play on all the controls. So there's no point me doing a sandbox or building my own zoo and I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing. So, it's a sofa, like it's, yeah. I've got the camera in the, I've got the camera in the top left, but there's so much on the screen. I think that's the best place for it. If it gets in the way, we'll move it. But here we are in Tassie. It's not too cold here today. I've got my thick 44 shirt on, repping thick 44 tonight. And yeah, that's the plan. I'm probably not going to go too long, but we'll see how we go. So Korea. As you can see, I have actually done all the careers. Oh my goodness, I got a hiccup. These are, I think they were the DLCs, or there's a lot of new stuff, but I want to just start with the basics. Brad, how's the sound? Because last time you jumped in, I went actually listen back to it. It was terrible. So is the music good tonight? Am I talking loud enough? Yeah, I'm going to start with the Goodwin House. If you've seen this before, so far so good. Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be basic. It's going to be tutorials. It's probably the same stuff you've seen before, but I'm not going to try and wing it. And I am probably going to play on... Oh, we've done it on easy. So what's the difference between easy and medium? Okay, so animals never get bored of enrichment items, guests won't request refunds, and 5-star guest happiness rating requires an average happiness of 85. And what's easy? Oh, okay, welfare's more easily maintained, it takes longer for animals to get stressed. Animals take longer to die when their needs are critical. Okay, so 80 to 85, staff take longer to get tired, they move faster. What's hard then? Harder to maintain, they get stressed, they die quicker, they get bored. I think, why don't we try it on a medium? It's meant to be the tutorial. I've not done that as a 3 stars, so... Hey, let's go for it. What have you guys been up to, Brad, today? It's work day today for you, isn't it? What is it? Monday? Yeah, Monday today. Hopefully this isn't going to be too laggy. I'm just going to move the mouse around. Oh yeah, that doesn't. Now we're off at the minute. A nice lazy day, I hope. Oh, hello, Nicole. Sorry, I should have said hello. Hello if you're watching.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language. It's good to finally meet you in person. I'm Bernard, although I insist you call me Bernie. The only person who calls me Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets.
Oh,
As you
Hilarious.
know, I own several zoos, but I always like to show people the ropes here at my home. This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And prize, thanks to a lion breeding program we ran in the 80s.
Just taking a dump.
But we're in the middle
The
of a
graphics are a
big
little low for
renovation,
me.
and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So, it's up to you to finish everything
Oh,
off.
baby elephant.
Don't worry, though. I'm not completely throwing you into the deep end. My head keeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending a helping hand. Oh, she's a hard
This feels
worker,
different
and she'll
from...
expect you to be too. But
I mean, I
I'm
recognize
sure we'll
that.
get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on
Oh,
fire.
thank you.
Less shouting that way.
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing.
I remember this
Bernie's
character. I
new
like this
hire.
character.
Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on. But before we begin the real work, how about we familiarize you with the zoo by learning how to fly around it and visiting some of our
Paused it.
beautiful animals? We'll start by popping over and having a look-see at the grizzly bears in their habitat.
All right. Sorry, I don't like talking over the dialogue. You've been sorting magic cards and doing F4. That sounds like a really good day. And Nicole says she hopes you feel better. Yeah, I've had a rough go of it with the doctors this week, but it is what it is. Graphics. Let's have a look. Material. Why can I do that? Why were they on low? I mean, that looks tons better already. All right. Goodwin House, renovated and renamed. Hang on. Righto, bud. Gonna lurk for a bit, cooking dinner and like. Discord me if you need anything. I appreciate the lurk, Brad. Thank you. Have a lovely dinner. Have a lovely evening. I really do appreciate that lurk. Thank you. Thank you for dropping in so quickly. I appreciate that very much. Goodwin House, renovated and renamed after its purchase by Bernard Goodwin in the 1980s. Goodwin House has since become one of the most respected zoos in the country. More recently, it's undergone a further renovation to update many of the habitats and facilities, but due to various issues, the work hasn't been quite completed, which is where you come in. It's giving me Longleat vibes in England, if you know where that is. Okay, I've got to remember the controls. I think it's... Yeah, that looks tons better.
Did you know that grizzly bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7 months a year? But then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too.
That's up, down. Can we go through the
Select one
floor?
of the bears and you'll
No.
bring up its information panel.
I'm just playing around with the camera there. Sorry if I make you sick.
This
Cool.
is where you can find out all kinds of information about your animal. The most important thing being its overall welfare.
Yeah, that's
You'll
why I've got
learn
it
more
paused, because
about
I don't
animal
trust the
welfare
welfare
today
dropping.
as we go through your objectives. But for now, let's enjoy this magnificent animal.
Yeah.
Why don't you select the camera at the bottom of its information panel?
Yeah.
See,
Remember
now,
some
this
controls.
is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals. You can
Yeah.
also get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it.
Yeah, the graphics are tons better now.
Okay, when you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to find.
Okay. That is cool. Look at that fur. Ugh. This is giving me serious, like, Zoo Tycoon vibes. If you were a PC gamer in the 90s, oh my god. I think I can I can right click. 90s? 2000s. Early 2000s. One of the first games that I got into was Zoo Tycoon. I played it recently and it was so bad.
Panthera leo leo. All the West African lions, you and
Sad. It was
me.
bad.
Lions are the most social of the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride. Although prides of that size are pretty rare. As Bernie would say, those lions are
Oh, that's
awesome,
cute.
which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there.
Oh. Alright, I'm gonna stop. Oh, that is so cute. Nice. Yeah, Zoo Tycoon vibes for sure. I'm so glad a game like this exists. Where are we going? Over here. Whee! Camera sensitivity, something else. There's
As you can see,
warthogs.
it's a lovely space for animals, but it's missing a certain something. Well, two somethings.
Yes.
Warthogs. So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal
Oh, I remember
market, which is
this.
in the animal trading section.
Nice. Yeah.
There we are, a pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, the animal exchange would be full of
We don't
animals,
have
but
a
I've emptied out the market while you learn how it
quarantine.
works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants. When you adopt an
Oh.
animal,
Oh,
it's
pain in me
automatically
foot.
placed in the trade centre, where they're held until you're
How do
ready
I
to
turn the
move them
camera
into their
around?
habitat, which, as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home?
Yeah, I remember that. I definitely remember this. But it's been a hot minute though. Let me speed up the time. Oh, look, here they come. A warthog. Oh, have I not done it? Oh, storage. Yeah.
When you ask for an animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade centre, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade centre's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
Ugh, do we really? Do I really need to? Goals. Locate the animal trade center. There it is.
Well, as you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as fast as possible. Of course, normally we'd have to place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat, but I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the very rudest of health.
Feeding
Right,
station.
let's get the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy.
Okay.
You see, each animal in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic, basically how happy they are. And that overall welfare statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, we'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information.
Yeah, I remember that.
Let's start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to
Yes.
place a food station and a drinking station. Now,
Hey, there it
each
is.
animal requires a different type of feeding station. And for the
Those.
warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those
And
and
put
a water bowl.
like a water bowl here.
Animals also require stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in. That bath
And
will count towards
one
their
there.
enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment
Cool.
welfare.
They got food. They're gonna have some water
Oh, nice work.
and
You've
a
got a
mud
knack for
bath.
this, I see. Now, our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a fair old state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the
I
shop.
like
But the
warthogs.
first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos.
Just listen to those noises. Love it. Absolutely love it. All right, we need to go to ostriches, which is over here. Yeah.
Oh, before we
Oh, there's
actually
nowhere.
start building our
No
ostrich
walls.
habitat, let's pause the game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner.
Yeah. Okay.
That's more like it. A quick break. Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way. Let's keep the game paused while we get this ostrich habitat built. Okay, job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
feel like I need to... Oh, no. This one. I got to get used to these controls. I swear they were different on the laptop. Oh, yeah. Like, somewhere... I think the only place is going to put it is there.
Right.
All right.
Let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches.
I don't like the brick wall, though.
I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
Yeah, I remember this, that you can fiddle around. Now, how do you... God, I'm trying to do satisfactory, like, building then. Straight or curve? Straight. Height mode. Flat top, editable bottom, flat top. Length, height snap, window. Oh, you can do glass. Well, that'd be useful. Height labels. Habitat perimeter, level, window, top and bottom. Alright. I swear... used to be able to... I might have to do curved on this. Okay, a little bit shorter. Do straight. And then curved. A lot shorter. Yes. And then, can I make it longer? Oh, look at that. That's nice.
Remember, before you can place animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier.
Yep.
Now, you've probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment.
I added windows
At
there.
least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier so the guests can see in.
How about... Oh, climb proof. That'll be good. Both sides. I don't think an ostrich is going to climb. Glass. Alright, no glass. Why? But why? One-way glass, actually. Glass. Glass. Did I not do that? Highlight a barriers. Yeah. Highlight. Window. Glass. Glass. Not working. Where's the... How much have I got to do? Replace a section with glass. Yeah. Glass. That is so annoying. Yeah. Glass. Oh! Oh my god, I'm having a moment. There's the oh my god moment.
There we go. Adding in more windows
There we
gives
go.
guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on.
Yeah.
Because it makes them happy. And because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
The last thing we need to
Feels so
do
stupid
is to
after
add
that.
a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them.
Do I not have... Can I not...
Now,
is it just one I
before
can
we
put down?
adopt our ostriches, you should click the play button. After all, if the game's paused, then so are our caretakers, which will make it a bit tricky for them to deliver the ostriches, eh? By the way, as well as pausing the game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward button. It'll run everything at 2 times and 5 times faster.
Woohoo.
It can be useful, especially if you're waiting for money to accumulate or for animals to be delivered to your habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish. All right, you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think?
All
Let's
of them.
get 4 of them in here. While we wait for them to be collected
Oh.
by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a
I thought we just did
suitable
that.
feeding station,
Look at you.
water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item. It's often best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
Now, how do I spin you round? That's a good point. Mm-hmm. What do I just... Yeah. I have a bronze star.
Oh, good to see the ostriches have
Nice.
somewhere they can really stretch their legs. Did you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh, heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera finds alone would bankrupt us.
Well, Bernie certainly seems
I don't like
impressed.
ostriches that much.
Did you do his speed camera joke? Every time we get an ostrich. So, now we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To make
Okay.
it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitats to
Oh, yeah.
make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals.
How the hell do I rotate this?
You'll need to rotate the keeper hut to get it to connect up to the path.
Yeah. How? Oh, God. Rotate. Z. Z plus... Oh. Oh. I hate it. Raise and lower is shift. Rotate 90. Ah, that's useful. Yeah, okay. I can live with that. Compare and placement. Yes. Yeah.
This keeper hut only has space for one keeper, but the larger keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare food at the same time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness.
Which I don't get because I don't care about it in
Negatively.
real life.
In case that wasn't clear. Something that all facilities, shops, and a whole host of other objects need is power. And that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
Alright.
Now, the reason everything has gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your
Hippos
zone.
over there.
So once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat
Sure.
map off.
Yeah. The heat map's
Lovely
down here.
work.
Remember
Now
that?
the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. Let's get on to your next objective
Bengal
then.
tigers. I remember this one.
Bengal tigers. We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away.
Yeah. There we go.
Pretty. Your next job is to build
Okay.
a habitat from scratch.
Oh.
And concrete and glass, I expect. So go ahead and build it. Just make sure that the habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't forget to add a habitat gate to the barrier.
Yeah. Alright. We need...
Oh, and make sure the guests will be able to see the tigers.
Alright. Fresh. Okay. Where's that zoopedia thing? Tiger. Bengal. Needs... Remember this. It needs... Climbing requirements, none. Grade 3, climb proof. Okay, 3 meters. Grade 3 barrier. Okay. Not climbable. Not climbable. I feel like I'm going to stick with the brick. If I go to settings, camera, edge scrolling, I'm going to try that. Because I keep wanting to, yeah, that's much better. I keep wanting to go and do this. Oh, that's better. Only thing annoys me is the one-way glass. I want that. The camera on this sometimes. little bit shorter. Now a lot shorter and curved. Okay. Up. Now length. All right. That. Gotta make sure the one-way glass. I do remember that. The one-way glass has got to be the right way. 8 meters. Look at that. It's not going to be pretty. Not going to be pretty, but spin this around. Okay, I'm not going to do straight on this either, because it's not straight down. All right, look at that. That's beautiful. Habitat gate can go... What's up here? There's some, like, staff facilities here.
Now,
okay.
Bernie takes safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat,
It's
don't you
3
think?
meters.
The way we'll do it is by changing the height of the habitat's barrier. Okay then, you should start by double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode.
Mm.
Great. Now highlight
That's
the
the right
entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool.
Yep, we're there.
Now you've got all of the perimeter selected, you can
We're good,
increase the
girl.
height of it by clicking and dragging the barrier height tool upwards. You'll want to make sure it reaches a height of at least 3.7 meters.
Yep. Facilities construction. 3 Oh. Don't need to be that high. Let's do 4 meters, look. Make you happy.
Now that the habitat is in place, don't forget to put down a donation box near to your viewing areas. We need every dollar we can get. Especially as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch.
Aha. Look at this, smashing through it.
That's the habitat boundary complete, the habitat gate's in place, and most
Oh, they're
importantly,
expensive.
the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
Hmm.
Whilst our trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival. We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them.
Alright. Let's put the food tray. I'm gonna put the food tray
This
there.
time, instead of adding a water bowl, let's try something different. Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim,
Plants,
but they can
rocks,
also
gardening.
use it to drink from. All you have to do is
Terrain.
make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink. There's already a pool excavated, but you still need to fill it with water. You should do that by going into terrain and selecting the water tool.
That's nice.
Yes, that'll do nicely.
Nice. Cool.
Of course, just like the warthogs and ostriches, these tigers will also need some enrichment. Why don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items
That's
into their
about
habitats?
standard as what you see in a real zoo for a tiger. I love tigers. That's pretty cool. You got your friend in here yet, girl? Actually, don't know if you're a girl or boy. No? That is cool looking. Ah, yes. There's your friend. You gonna go say hello? Oh, Snuffles. Oh, hiya, how's it going? We're just chilling, watching playing some Planet Zoo. How are you doing today? Probably should stop watching that tiger. I'll probably just do the entire stream just watching that tiger. So, hey ho. What was I supposed to do? Place a toy. Let's do a scratching post up here. I do like that. And let's do the pumpkin over there.
Okay, it's really starting to take shape. Now, The tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so
Oh,
they
yeah.
can hide from the
Forgot about
guests, or more
About
likely
there.
the bad weather. Although given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather.
Yep.
Go on, add a shelter to their habitat.
Oh, yeah. How do we
You
turn
can
this
either
around?
build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
Yeah, I'm just going to put down a blueprint, I think, for today. And we need some bedding, please.
Oh, poor Dabs. I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain
Have some
in their
bedding?
habitat. Select a tiger and bring up its information panel.
Really? Alright.
Rightio. Click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel
Okay.
about the different types of terrain.
I think they look
That'll
happy.
tell you what the tigers need more of or less of
Right.
in this habitat.
We need soil.
Okay then, open the terrain editing tool,
Soil.
select painting, and give them some more soil. Yes, that should help with the habitat part of their welfare.
Okay, we'll make it look like where they sleep. Like it's kind of been worn a little bit. Yeah, like that. Like they kind of wear it out as they walk. Alright, soil and then grass long. Oh, too much grass long. I need some short grass. That is fine. I can do that for you, tigers.
Right then.
Oh.
All animals need plants and trees from their own biome or continent. You know, deserts, savannas, or Asia, Europe, that sort of thing.
Do I have a drink
It
then,
looks like
tiger?
these tigers need a few more plants in their habitat.
You
To
thirsty?
get a perfect fit, use plants
No.
from the rainforest and temperate biomes that are native to Asia. Although if you have to, you can get away with using just one or the other. The tigers will also want a certain amount of their habitat to be covered by those plants. To find out which plants to use and how many, select a tiger and go to the Environment tab.
Asia.
Now, as you can see, some of
Tropical.
the plants currently in the habitat aren't quite right for the tiger, like
Oh.
the wattle bushes. You can remove them if you want.
Yeah, get rid of them.
You can find all of the plants you need in the nature section, and you can use the filters to only show the types of plants you want to see.
It's taken out
In
everything.
this case, that's plants from the rainforest or temperate biomes.
Alright. Do they like these? Yeah. Do some. I think I should probably scroll out a little bit. Kind of make a little. Ooh, do you like bamboo? Alright. They like bamboo. So, let's put some bamboo. Because no one's going to see at the back here. So. Do that there. I like that there. Is this some bamboo as well? Just kind of make it, I don't know. They're just like, the tigers are like, nah, you gotta give me way more than that. What was that? Oh, thank you very much for the follow. I completely forgot I changed my follow to that sound. I thought I just broke something then. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I hope you're doing well today. We're just this is the stream. Me just pootling along, building, trying to figure out the controls on the mouse. You are more than welcome to lurk. You're more than welcome to chat. Thank you very much for that follow. Are they gonna like that one? Yeah. Like I'm gonna add a few on here. In there. Do they like banana trees? Yes. Alright. A little bit more coverage. I like just starting to build up just random areas. But I don't like it being too samey. Like, that's kind of cute. Is that pooing? That just... It was. Oh my god. That's yeah, okay. I didn't realize it did the animation for that. That's crazy. All right, cool. Oh, there we go. We're all happy, and I've got silver.
They say the good fences make
And now
good
I can't put any more
neighbors.
plants
I
down.
guess that's doubly true when one of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger.
You happy then, are you?
Still,
No.
those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave, even if you did poke a hole in their fence.
Mm. I have an
Oh, but for
aardvark.
heaven's sake, don't test
Interesting
that
one.
theory.
Right, let's head over to the Indian peafowls. I've been told that we need to improve their social welfare.
Species. No. There is not an aardvark, and this is. If you've played Planet Zoo, you probably recognize this. This is the tutorial. I have not played Planet Zoo in a very, very long time, so I'm doing the tutorials again. As you probably can tell from Nancy, I think it's Nancy talking to us. We have got everything but, by the looks of it. Is Aardvark DLC? I'm pretty. Is it? I'm thinking it's DLC. I might actually have that in Sandbox. Right, peacocks.
Now then, just find one of the peafowls and select them to open their information panel.
All
Then
right.
we can have a good gander at how they're doing. Although technically, I suppose gandering would just be for geese. Expand their
Okay.
social welfare and we can get a bit more detail.
All right, we need more.
Now, they've clearly got plenty of space and they're not stressed.
Yes,
but
we need
it looks
more.
like their social group isn't quite right.
That's
So
cool.
let's find out more. Click on the social tab at the top of their information panel to see what's wrong.
All right, we need more
Right,
adults.
As you can see, the peafowlers need their population to be larger.
There we go.
To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female
Okay.
peafowls.
3.
Off you pop to the animal market then.
Okay, we have those. We can select all of these.
Good work on those peafowls.
Okay.
I expect they'll be delivered soon. But sadly, it sounds like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy. Let's head over there
Alright.
and see what's wrong with her.
Everything's grumpy.
Just
Oh,
like
she
people,
is.
animals can suffer from stress if things aren't quite right.
Oh.
You know, like when you see someone put in the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these
Alright,
snow
terrain.
leopards, they're a bit stressed by their lack of privacy.
Yeah,
You
okay.
can lower their stress levels by swapping out the normal glass barrier by their cave for one-way glass. It's not a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you?
What we can
This
do.
will give the snow leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes of the guests.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, here.
Of course, when an animal isn't in its natural biome, it's probably going to be too hot or too cold. Unsurprisingly for the snow leopards, it's too hot, even with the terrible British weather. You should help cool it down by adding some coolers to their habitat. But let's start by opening up the temperature heat map and having a look-see at the temperature in the leopard's habitat.
Alright. Oh, I'm getting over
As
this.
you can see, we already have one cooler in there. Let's pop some more down and get as much of the habitat as chilly as we can. Luckily for us, this habitat already has power,
Zoom out.
but you'll need to make sure of that in the future.
Oh my
Just
goodness.
so you know, if any part of a habitat is powered, then the whole habitat will be powered.
Oh.
You can find heat maps for all sorts of helpful things, so do be sure to explore them and make good use of them.
Mm-hmm. Put one there
It'll
too.
take a little while for the temperature to adjust once you've added coolers or heaters, but now we've got the coolers in, we can address the leopard's terrain welfare. You see, what the leopards really want in here is snow and rock, so
Yep, we
let's
can do
make
that.
that happen.
We can do that. Oh, where is a leopard? Animal. Alright, here we go. Terrain. Too much grass, not enough snow. Let's put some snow right around here. I think that looks really nice. Alright, snow is good. Doesn't care too much about rock. I just go outside with that. That's okay. That didn't happen. Too much long grass, not enough snow.
All of that should give you a pretty good understanding of how to make animals happy. So I'd like you to go and check on all the other animals in the zoo and fix up any issues with their habitats.
Increase the average
That will
habitat
increase
species
the average
overall welfare
welfare
to
of the animals
90.
across the whole
We
zoo.
can do that.
And that average welfare is a very important statistic.
Nutrition.
Now, to quickly see how all your animals are doing in the zoo, you should go into zoo management and then into the animals section.
Food grade quality 2. Can I get 3? Yes. Alright,
As
zoo.
you can see, this list shows you the animal's overall
Food.
welfare. So if something's amiss, then you can quickly pop over to them using the locate button. Right, I'm off for a cuppa while you make sure all the animals are well looked after.
Oh, just give them really good food first. How much money have we got? 260. We're going up. I don't think it's going to take very long. So just give them tons of good food. Animals. Habitats. That's fine. Oh yeah, we had exhibits in this too. Right, animals. The tortoise is stressed. Why are you stressed? Welfare. Let's pause you a minute and let's have a look at you. Social. Stress. Just stress. No enrichment. Alright. Because... Open the zoo management. I know. I've seen the list. I have seen the list. Thank you. There's all the animals there. I would be stressed. Oh, okay, they want shelter. But what we're going to do is... one-way glass it. That's first thing. And then... shelters for tortoise. Is that what it is? Giant. Oh. Aha. I think it needs one like this, if not bigger. Okay, yes. Stress is definitely going away. Social base stress is going up, which is nice. Habitat terrain hard shelter is still not enough. Right. We'll bin you. Is that going to be big enough for you? Okay, hard shelter is... My goodness. These are fussy turtles. I mean, how much space does a turtle need to sleep? I feel like that's overkill. That's ridiculous. Mind you, though. I feel like just doing the overkill, actually. Oh, what about if I do this and then this? I reckon they'll like that. Social, go away a minute. Hard shelter. Oh yeah, nice. So they like extra large. Do they like leaves as bedding? I imagine they would. Yeah, nice. Look. Okay, he's happy. Plants, 88. Let's get plants up. Nature. We'll go to plants. Africa. Tropical. Okay, it doesn't like that. It doesn't like that. Plants 100% coverage. Is it... Seriously, just needed me to get rid of those? Fair. Alright, terrain is good. Grass is fine. Not enough long grass. And not enough sand. There you go. You can have some long grass there. And sand. Sand, fine. Oh, look, you've got some bedding. Bedding over here. Do some sand. And around here. Oh, look at that. You're happy. 100%. Welfare is 70. Habitat is 100. Enrichment. Alright. Habitat, we go to enrichment items. I wonder if it likes a dog ball. It does. That's cute. Does it want fish? Would they eat fish? No. Would they eat fruit? Ooh. Block of frozen fruit. They like that. No, they don't want a slow feeder. No, they won't want one of those either. They do a fish feeder? Oh. That's the same, isn't it? Yeah. Alright. Did they like the mud box? Might just do another block of frozen. Obstructed. Like one there. You can't multiples? Of course you can't. Why would you be able to? Why would you be able to? I'm gonna move you over here. And then, dude, I need you back. Enrichment. Okay, toy enrichment. Where the hell am I looking now? Habitat. Oh, okay. I'm looking at the wrong one. Giant. Oh my god, a rubber duck. Will they like the rubber duck? They like rubber ducks. Nice. They want a rubbing pad. I mean, they're tortoises, so I feel like they should. Okay. I feel like they maybe. Oh, wind chimes? No, they don't like wind chimes. What just about a bog standard cardboard box? They don't like that either. A herb scent marker? Oh, they like that. Habitat terrain. What's wrong with the terrain now? Still too much long grass. We want some sand. How about this? Oh, not enough long grass. I'm reading it wrong. Let's put some long grass over there. There you go. I don't know why I'm focused so much on the giant tortoises, but that's 100%. That is 100%. Where's the other ones? There. Are you all 100%? Yeah. Too easy. Alright, what else have we got in here? What's easy? Carlos, the Goliath bird eater. Let's go have a look at these bears. I think we can see. Right. Welfare, okay. Habitat. Terrain and plants. Plants. Let's get rid of the stuff that you don't need. North America, temperate. Ooh. Okay, you like a leaf pile. That floating. I like this. Okay, I like this. It's cool. Just like big pile of leaves for them to like jump in. How do I go down? Is it Q? That's cute. I like this. I like coverage. Yeah. By adding tons of this. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Okay. You're like, nah, we've done that now. You like these? Yes. Very much so. And I'm going to put one of these here. And you're happy. Awesome. Nutrition's 100%, social's 100%, habitat. Terrain. What are we missing? Too much grass. And maybe a little bit of sand. There's the long grass then. Oh, there's some long grass up here. Yeah, you can get rid of that long grass. You know what'd be really good in this game though is like if it would highlight maybe where the long grass is. Like you could just be like, it would create like a highlight around the certain terrains. Like if you wanted to see where long grass is, it's like, oh, it's over here and it's over here. Okay, look at that. I've done it, but I think this is 100%. Awesome. All right, we've done them. Fill the Indian peafowl. Let's go have a look at Phil. How are we going for the challenges too? Okay, it's 87% happiness. Nutrition's good, social's good, habitat. Plants. I feel ya. Alright, plants. So we're going for Asian. And we'll go temperate. What? Okay, we just have topiaries in here. That sucks for you guys. You like azaleas? Oh, you do like azaleas. Nice. Might put some... Because people can walk through here. Ah, do they not like azaleas? Yeah, I thought they did. Oh, maybe they want a pine tree. Maybe they just want a big old pine tree right here. Right here. Well, why... Okay. They don't like azaleas. I'm gonna remove that. You seem to be very fussy. Reeds. You like some... No. Why... Oh, is it too much coverage? Oh my god, I'm not looking at this properly. Ah. Let's... Alright. Let's delete you. And let's delete you. In fact, just delete you. I need to read. That's the thing. Plants. Environment. Still too much coverage. You know what? They are happier with not having anything. They are happier like that. For rain, okay? Too much short grass, not enough long. I'm gonna double check that. The short grass, yeah. Just do this. Yay! Look at that. And the peacocks are 100%. Right, let's move on. I kind of feel like we should go and see these elephants. I haven't seen the elephants yet. Alright. It's not going to be... I don't think these are Asian. No. Let's get rid of them. Rid of them. Get rid of them. Rid of these. They don't like these. And they don't like these. And there's a baby. Oh, so cute. And they're happier. They're happier like that. There. For rain. Okay. Too much soil. Not enough long grass. I can most certainly fix that for you. No problem. Oh my goodness, there is a lot of soil in here. Need some more grass. That looks like a very healthy... That sounds like a wolf. Oh my goodness, that is a wolf. That's cool. That's my favorite animal. So don't ask me why I've picked a fox as my logo, but I have. Are you good, girl? You comfy back there. My goodness, this is a lot. A lot of soil. Okay, we're in the good. Hard shelter is the next thing. Habitat. Shelters. I mean, I can't really give you more than that unless, of course, I just put in like a really ugly... it's enrichment. Let's just do the enrichment side of things first. Oh yeah, just elephant. Right. Heaters and coolers, no. Enrichment. I feel like you would enjoy this. Like, yeah, I thought you might. What about a large roller? Maybe over here? No? Yeah, okay, they did. But they're like, no, we need some toys. Just a football. That's awesome. And a large tire. Okay, I think elephants like... Oh! That made me jump.
I think it's fair to say that you've passed the first part of your training with flying colours. There's still lots more to learn, but we'll have to head to another one of Bernie's zoos for that. If you want to grab
And we
your
made
passport,
money.
we'll head off, shall we?
Alright. I am not going to save the zoo. I don't think we need to go back to that. Cool. Forest tutorial. Done. And now we'll look at the next one. I think the next one's monkeys. We did that one. Yes. Medium. The Madagascar Simian Conservation Zoo is the accumulation of Bernard Goodwit's work in the region, specializing in simian breed and releasing programs as well as championing and highlighting the diverse species of apes and monkeys. But never one to be complacent, Bernard now wants to see what you can do in this most promising of locations. This is medium. I remember all of these. Actually, I'm starting to... I'm going to do this one. Yeah, I'm going to do this one on a medium. Then I'm thinking I might, next stream, because I'm actually thoroughly getting sucked into this. This is nice. I might try and start building my own zoo. Or I might just continue on with these. It is nice to kind of have a purpose and work towards, rather than just free building. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old England, huh? Apart from the weather, I suppose. They don't call these places rainforests for nothing. The zoo you'll be working in is an ape sanctuary, where we're doing vitally important conservation work. Not just for apes, but for all kinds of species. But apes, well, apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are. And yet,
This is
the way
busy.
the world treats them is like, well, very much like some of us treat our actual relatives.
And that's true.
Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives worth living. And speaking of states, I have a horrible feeling I left the house in the right one. When I get back, I expect my life won't be worth living at all.
What do you think of Madagascar then?
It's
Bit
very
warm
busy.
for my taste, to be honest. Anyway, this is Bernie's primate sanctuary. It's not just primates though. We've got all sorts of animals. So why don't we go and have a look at some of them, eh?
Okay.
We'll start by taking a look at the red-ruffed lemurs. They're the ones that look like they should be in a Shakespeare play. Come on, let's head over to them.
I do like lemurs. Alright, this is a small zoo. Smaller than what I remembered. Can you let me go? Oh, there we go. Okay.
Red-ruffed lemurs
So
are found
cute.
in the rainforests of Masuala. That's in northeast Madagascar. They can actually live anywhere from 15 up to 25 years.
Oh,
Fancy that, eh? Okay, when you're ready, let's go find our Bornean orangutans.
that's pretty cool. Show me your butt. I want to look at your butt. Yeah, I do like lemurs. Stop showing me your butt. I want to look at your bum. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Alright. Go and look at the other. They need some enrichment. Okay. Where else are we going? This way? This way. These look like really good exhibits.
The Bornean orangutan is such a marvellous creature.
That's a
They're
baby,
always a big
surely.
favourite at any zoo they feature in. And
That's
they're
cute.
also the biggest tree-dwelling
Oh no,
animal
maybe not.
on the planet. Assuming you don't count any lions that got stuck up one. Oh, why don't you take a better look at them? Open up their information panel and go into the animal camera. Aren't they just incredible?
They are very cute. I do
When
like
you're ready,
orangutans.
let's go and have a look-see at some of our beautiful bonobos. They're quite the characters.
Everyone says bonobo now. I think of the song that I have to hear at least like once a day from my childhood. I like to eat opals and bananas, and that's terrible singing. I'm not going to sing at all on stream, but yeah, bonobos.
Oh dear! It looks like we've arrived just in time. One of the habitat's barriers has collapsed. And wouldn't you know it, one of the bonobos has made a run for it. We'll need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to stop them escaping too. Select the habitat boundary to bring up the habitat information panel.
Hmm?
Good. Now open the animals tab.
Mm-hmm.
And click on box all animals to box up the remaining bonobos.
Yep.
Now, we'll need a vet to recapture that escaped bonobo, but it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation.
Okay.
So, we'll need to hire a replacement sharpish. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area.
Bet.
You can find all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet. Great. Now let's deal with our escapee before they can cause too much havoc. Use the animal alerts to jump to the escaped bonobo.
I've got it. Oh, look, they're
As
doing
you
it
can
themselves.
See, the barrier's collapsed. Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously. Let's get this one replaced. Select the barrier and then we'll edit it. Delete the broken section of barrier and replace it with a brand spanking new one.
How do I delete that? And press delete. That's going to be interesting on this keyboard because I don't have that button. How the heck am I going to do this? I delete it on here? No. Oh no! Oh. I figured it.
Good. Now that we've done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the top. That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just make sure you've got the correct piece of barrier selected when you do that.
Climb-proof both.
So go into the options section and select which side the climb-proof barrier needs to go on.
Just do
and
both.
Don't get it wrong. We're more worried about bonobos climbing out than guests climbing in.
Do that. I think we can unbox them. We're good. I think they're happy. That's cute. Merge through each other. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cool. Can I not? Screenshot? No. Apparently I cannot. That's fine. What's my challenge then, girl? Make boundary climb proof. Do I have to seriously... Alright, girl. None.
So, it It turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too. We'll need to hire a couple of new ones so we can help
That's
stop any
fine.
more
We can do
breakouts. You see,
mechanic.
mechanics do all sorts of helpful things around
Do
the zoo,
mechanics.
but one of their most important jobs
Done.
is taking care of the habitat barriers. Without mechanics around to repair them, the barriers will crack, crumble, and fall down. And before you know it, we'll be overrun with escaped animals. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area.
Beating you
again.
to it, girl. Beating you to it.
Gosh, we have been busy, haven't we? Good work there. I'm off for a cuppa. Oh, I think Bernie wants a word with you.
Oh, I hear you had a bit of an issue with an escaped bonobo. The main
You
thing
had the
is
issue, mate.
that you dealt with it swiftly. And more importantly, without the animal stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking out of the front gate.
You see, another key responsibility for our vets is animal research. Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality. The animal's food, not the vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part of running your zoo. In order for a vet to undertake research, they require a research centre. And once again, that's something that this zoo is missing. So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to put it.
Our facilities, research centre. I will have to yeet the camera around this way. Select group to add to.
Now, you've probably noticed that there's already a building where I want you to build the research centre. Don't worry. You see, the building that's currently there is actually a hollow shell, so we're able to place our new building inside of it. If you select the research centre for placement and then hover over the shell, you'll see that it asks if you want to add the research centre to the existing building.
Okay, we've got gold star.
Right. Splendid work. Now that we have a brand spanking new research centre, we can give our vets something to do in there. Oh, by the way, it's worth noting that the vets will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what jobs a vet does via their information panel. But let's not worry about that just now. So, let's get our vet researching ring-tailed lemurs. Go into the zoo section and select vet research.
Yep.
Actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure we've got any education boards or speakers by the lemur's habitat. Let's head over there and add some, so our guests can learn all about the furry little delights. First off, let's pop down 2 education boards. Place them on the habitat barriers at a height that guests can see, or, if you like, pop them down on a stand.
Education board. One there. And then we'll put, oh gosh, it's picky up here. One there.
Okay, now that they've been put into position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about. Select one of the education boards to bring up its information panel.
One there. And one there. Alright.
And from the drop-down list, select ring-tailed lemur.
Yep, I do.
Although I'm sure that last part was obvious. When you link an education board or a speaker to an animal, you need to make sure that said animal is close by. If it isn't, the guests will get confused and won't learn as much.
Done. Oh. Too easy.
Oh, it's worth remembering that education boards and speakers both need power to work.
Yes.
They won't do much good without it.
Oh, we're smashing through this one.
Oh, it looks as though our vet has completed their research on ring-tailed lemurs. We'll need to collect the results. We can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into the vet research area.
Yep.
Go on, collect your research rewards. Just so you know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research
Where are you,
level.
little buggers?
I suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone.
Alright. Climbable
Well,
terrain.
now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our ring-tailed lemurs. Some animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space, and you can fulfill that requirement by building them a climbing frame. Let's find out how much more climbing space our lemur friends need, shall we? Select one of them and bring up their information panel.
Hello. That looks
Next,
horrendous.
click on the Terrain tab. Now, as you can see, the lemurs
Hello,
need
handsome
quite
man.
a lot more climbing space. But
Yeah,
as it
good.
happens, I've already got a climbing frame blueprint built for you. So you can either pop that down or build one yourself from scratch. By
There's
the
your
way,
climbing
it's
thing.
not always just climbing needs that you have to worry about.
Oh,
Other
okay.
animals might need a certain amount of water in their habitat so they can go for a swim. They
Yeah.
certainly do keep us on our toes.
Know that. Do they like that one? They do like that one. I don't want them to climb out, that's the only thing. Put one down. Can I not put one down there? One right there. That's a big one.
Oh,
That should do
that's
it.
a great climbing frame for them. They're going to absolutely love it.
Oh my god.
Do you know what would make them
Can't
even
even look at
happier,
that.
though? Nicer food. But that's true of all of us, though, isn't it? You can unlock better quality food for animals through research. Luckily, we've already unlocked some for the lemurs, so all that remains is to make sure they get served it from now on. Let's bring up the habitat information panel by selecting the
That's
lemur
it.
habitat.
Oh,
So, a new climbing frame and better food. Oh, you've really spoilt those lemurs rotten. Now, I think it's time we looked at one of the zoo's most important responsibilities: releasing animals into the wild. You see, when we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile.
nice.
After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits we'll be rewarded when we release them. Now, conservation credits are vitally important.
They're down here.
They're the lifeblood of your zoo, because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals. And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality. So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan habitat.
Okay.
Okay, I'd like you to find Agang, the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select him, please. You can either click through each orangutan in turn, or select the habitat barrier, go to the animals tab in the habitat information panel, and
Goodness.
find him in the animals list. I know it's sad to see him go,
It's
but
not.
he'll be happy out in the wild. And he's a wonderful candidate for release. Young, strong, and fertile. Excellent work there. You've definitely got potential, you know.
I see you've been doing some homework. Although it hardly seems like work when you're
Ooh.
learning about something as
Build,
adorable as a ring-tailed lemur. I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been less algebra and more aldebra. Tortoises.
Lovely. Now let's build a new exhibit in the gap that's been left. Just add it to the building like we did with the research centre earlier. Then pop it into the gap. Perfect. The next thing to do is adopt an exhibit animal to go in there.
Do you
How
remember
about
this?
a Gila monster? Open up the exhibit trading section and adopt one. As I'm sure you know by now, you can unlock more enrichment levels by having one of your vets do some research. Now we'll also need to set the temperature and humidity in the exhibit. These are vitally important for keeping our Gila monster happy and comfortable. Click on the Climate tab. Here, you can see the Gila monster's desired temperature and humidity.
I've gone too
You
low, I
can
reckon.
change both
Oh
of
no.
these by adjusting the dials below. Make sure it's going to be nice and cozy.
Yep.
That's That's the ticket. And the last thing we need to look at is setting
Oh.
up the different windows.
Oh.
So click on the Windows
Yes.
tab. There's
3D.
also an exhibit education board. Pop them down near your exhibits to teach your guests about them. Let's add one now.
That's cool. I think people have made those. 3Ds. What was I supposed to do? Sorry. Place one exhibit educational board. Yeah. I think that's pretty happy in there. Facilities. Educational boards. Habitat. Exhibit. Oh no, I put 2 down.
Just like the education boards and speakers we put down for the ring-tailed lemurs, you'll need to link these to the Gila monster. Go on.
12 species in the zoo. Jeez.
Lovely stuff. Now our guests can learn all about our venomous friend here. Right, now, I've got a bit of a big job for you. I need you to increase the number of species in the zoo. You'll probably want to adopt both habitat and exhibit animals to do so, which will mean building plenty of new habitats and exhibits for them. Go on, off you pop.
Okay, so
I'll
there's an
check in
empty
with you
exhibit
when you're
here.
almost done.
Alright, what have we got? Exhibit-wise, animals, exhibits. We've got, no species. We've got cockroaches, iguanas, and this... It said here monster, didn't she? Right. Exhibit trading. We've got the cockroaches. Oh, there's a snail. Don't mind that. Oh, and a frog. We've got him. Frog or snail? I'm thinking frog. Oh, there's a silver frog here. Put them in there. Okay, too hot. And humidity needs to be up there. Still too hot? Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, we have nothing for the layout. But that's okay. Customize. I don't think the frog's going to particularly care. Like, I don't think they get stressed. Must be window 1 then. No. Window 2. 3D. Right. Do research. She's still going on the ring-tailed lemur. Do I still need that? No. So. Stop doing that, Geralt, and do the frog instead, please. We can make him happy. Alright. Oh my god, get out this tree. Okay. Zoo. Facilities, no. Animals, finances. Where was the habitats? Bonobos, orangutans, hippos. We have 2 hippos. Okay. And we have the full exhibit. So we need to build. Where on earth are we going to build? I feel like maybe... Oh no, there's the hippos. Can I make them happy? I feel like I need to make them happy. Have a look at this hippo in a minute. Look at that. It's good graphics, isn't it? I think it's going well. Like, as in, I don't think it's laggy. I don't think I've dropped any frames. I actually haven't checked. No, I haven't dropped any frames. Yeah. Yeah, I heard. Unfortunately for you. Sorry about that. There we go. That deal. You're not. We've got this island here. So what on earth do we have? We've got hippos. Mandrills, maybe. Do we have any mandrills? And there's chimps. How many more species do I need? The 2 more, so bonobos. I have mandrills. Okay. Western chimpanzee. But they're gonna need... Really? Alright, I'll adopt the Western chimpanzee. We've got ring-tailed lemurs, we've got mandrills, we've got hippos. We have bonobos. Okay. B. Yeah, okay. Trade center. The only other thing I can think of is I get the chimpanzees, and then in here we've got the cockroach. It's adding another exhibit for these giant snails. Like putting an exhibit here. Guest facilities. No. Exhibit. Pre-made exhibits. Planet Zoo. Small exhibit. Oh. How did... No. Building a zoo. Placing down... moving a habitat gate. No. Exhibits. Setting up exhibits? No. I know that. I know that. Basics. Placement controls. Raise and lower. Shift. Obstructed. I see. Well, that's easy. Okay. Are you obstructed though? I should why can't I build on that? Because these are on the deck. So I feel like maybe we should be able to build here. Like that's a nice big area. I want a snail. We'll get I need to build the habitat first, don't I? Facilities. Planet Zoo. Exhibit. Exhibit? But you're perfectly okay going like there. Why can I not put you there? You're not obstructed. But like that's cheap. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Yep. I'm gonna put it right there. Exhibit trading, and I'm gonna get this silver snail. And I'm gonna put him right there. That's where I'm gonna put it. There it is. Where's it gone? There it is. Welfare's 2%, of course it is. Social. Does it need... No, it doesn't need anything else. Right, we can give you some rocks. You're too hot. I'll make you 36 and bring it down. Oh. Okay. Right, let's do 56. 55. Okay. Should be a lot happier now. Yes. Window 2. No. Window 1. No. Window 4. Oh my God. That's what we're gonna do. So I need one more species. What's the next thing? Increase the average habitat species overall welfare to 90%. Habitat. I'm gonna do that now. Before I get I suppose I can get animal trading. Chimp. Western chimpanzee. What's their social? Where's the zoopedia? Chimp. Natural habitat species data. So they need 5 to 10. Yeah, so while I'm waiting for chimps, we're gonna get this sorted. Enrichment. Let's sort it out for them. Food. My goodness. Bow. Oh. Oh. Yeah, a little sprinkler. Boy, enrichment. They didn't really like that. Snap off. Cardboard box. They must, I mean, monkeys are gonna like cardboard boxes. Really? They are. A grab ball. Okay, they like that. What about some drums? Put some drums over here. Ball straight over. God, they don't even... I bought a block of ice. Okay, we're getting there. There we go. A keyboard. Okay, they're playing with stuff now, which is nice. Yay. Just all around the... Oh, look at that. That's so cute. I put this water feature in for them and they're all just like chilling. Like, yep. Oh, they're just going to groom each other. That's sweet. Alright, now we need food. They'll like frozen fruit. Look at that. Termites? Oh, they eat termites, don't they? Yeah. And a puzzle feeder, because why not? Put it underneath there. Cool. Habitat. Plants. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Biomes. Continent Africa. Tropical. Did they like... Yes, they do like these. Coconut. Coconut palms. Ooh. Nice. Oh, they got some over there. Nice. Do they like these? Yeah, they do. Got a couple of these around. Oh, there's some like pretty flowers here. Do they like that? Yeah. Vet research is complete. Happy days. Buddleias? Hey, 100%. Terrain. Hard shelter. Up the tree. That tree is driving me nuts. Like, is this part of an exhibit? No. Just delete it. Just delete it. Right. Habitat. Hard shelter. Habitat. Beds and shelters. Bonobo. Get an Australian shelter. A log shelter. Where am I going to put this? I put it there. Nice. They're happy. Nutrition. Yeah, it's not the best. Habitat. What is still wrong? Hard shelter. Do they need the bedding? No. But they're happy. But they're happy. That's what we're going to go with. Animal trading. Jesus! She scared the life out of me. She just scared the absolute bejesus out of me. We've done the bonobos. Let's go and look at the orangutans. Did she wake herself up doing that? Of course she did. Habitat, plants. Yeah, I can hear us. Nothing. God. That one tree. Alright, Asia. I want Africa. But we do want tropical. So they're like bananas. Banana trees. Unboxing and boxing him up again. I'm gonna dot some of these around. Do they like bamboo, I wonder? They do like bamboo. Alright, well I'm not gonna put it there. Let's actually try and get artsy with it. Put some there, like kind of make a shoulder there. I need some basket ferns. Like on these rocks. Okay. Plant. Like these. Basket ferns. You're like, yeah. Shift. Hey, look at that. Okay, that's not really doing much coverage though. I need big plants. There's a mangrove tree here. Oh, they like mangroves. Yeah. Where is that? Look at this. That's it. That's what we want to see. Some mangroves. Oh, yeah. They're happy. What about some lily pads? They like that? Happy days. Coverage is still low though. Pretty happy. I do like the music in this game. So chill. I have this like no. I want you. Yes. Red. Yes. Move. Shift. Ah, okay. And all this, and they'd be like, nah, don't like it. I mean, yeah. What else? Big, oh, look at the big tree. I mean, I don't want to put it too close to it. Okay, they're happier. They are a lot happier. 97%. Terrain, beautiful. Enrichment is average. They're okay. They're okay. Animal trading. Okay, we're not going to forget to do this. I think I have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have enough now. That's good. We've done the bonobos and we've done the orangutans. We've got Letitia. Letitia. It is Letitia, isn't it? The cockroach. Welfare. Why can I not? Nutrition. social, exhibit, layout. Giant burrowing cockroach, layout. Okay, I don't have anything to give you, girl. But to be honest with you, I don't think we need to focus on you anyway. Okay, hippos. Welfare's a bit, yeah. Right, habitat, good. Plants. Plants are good. Not enough water. God, get out these trees. I mean, there's a lot of water up here, so I'm thinking... barriers. Glass? Let's do this. I could be shooting myself in the foot here. Okay. Yes. Is that what that is? Just glass. But it looks... okay. And then I want... yeah. Okay. Now they should... terrain. Yeah, now they have enough water. So it's soil they now need. Okay, look at that. That was really difficult to do. A temperature. Richmond's social group. Not enough adult population. Come here then. I'll put you in here. And then you should be happy. Richmond is good. Yeah, social group might go up. And habitat. Oh, there's temperature. Oh, she's moving and now she's fine. Social is that. Alright, hippos are fine. Go down. Now we need to look at the mandrills. Actually, are really not that bad. Nutrition is the only thing. Habitat, hard shelter. Plants are good. Just hard shelter. Enrichment's good. Bum, bum, bum. What can you put down, I guess? I guess the same as what I just... oh, look, they've got some over here, though. Can I copy it? Split group. Duplicate. And... floating. We're just going to ignore the fact it's floating. Our child is a lot better. Alright, I think we're pretty much there. Bonobos, and then you've got the lemurs. And then the chimpanzees are just chilling. Do they go down? No, they're in the trade center. Alright. Just enrichment. Enrichment. They're gonna like... ooh, they probably will like termite mounds as well. No, they do not. Did they like melon? No, they don't. They must like fruit, frozen food. Fruit. Yeah, they like frozen fruit. And they would like the drum. No, they do not like the drums. Do they like a block of ice? They like a block of ice. Do they like the grabby feeder? No. Do they want a rubbing pillow? I can't imagine they would. No. Got a skittle. No. A ball? No. A duck. Everyone likes the duck. Oh, they probably want one of these. This heat map. A water... God, this heat map. What the hell is that? A herb scent marker? No. What about a mirror mobile? Yay. They like that. Okay. And that's the same for the other lemurs too. Wherever they are. Probably right next door. Yeah, right next door. Toy enrichment and food enrichment. Block of ice. Everyone loves the block of ice. Everyone loves the duck. Now we need some food enrichment. Puzzle feeder? No, they don't like that. Do they like... No, they won't like that. Might like that. Yeah. Cool. So we're going to come all the way down here now. That was a big sigh. That was a big sigh. We'll do... I'm just going to do basic. Yeah. It's going to be a box. I don't need to worry too much about making it look pretty. Like, what it's going to be. It is what it is. Maybe a big chimpanzee. And, which actually I think that's huge. I think they'll have plenty of room. We're going to do... Stop it. 9 meters. Can we go any higher? Let's do 10 meters. No. Come on. 10 meters. We're going to do one-way glass. I don't think that's climbable. But also, for the sake of it, I'm going to make it climb-proof. Just because. Okay. It's not going to be pretty. However, the construction paths. Oh, there it is. Has its own thing. View staff path. Okay. What's this one? What are they using? It's kind of like this. Yeah. So I just want to... Yeah. Odd. Why? Why is it? Does it have to be that difficult? There. This is not our form path. Yeah, this is not very good design. But it's going to get me that gold. There we go. Right. I need habitat. No barriers. Gate. Put one of those in. Like here. Staff path can go there. Alright. We probably get those animals out of storage. Got 5 of them. They're gonna go in there. Hopefully they're not gonna escape. That's bad. That's okay. That's okay. Let's get this going down there. Oh, I see. Oh no, I thought that was a key. Oh, there it is. Here's our first chimpanzee. Yeet them in.
My, you have been busy,
Didn't I
haven't
just
you?
finish that?
Splendid. But now that
Nice.
you've adopted all these lovely new species, we need to make sure they're nice and happy. So
Yeah.
let's get the average welfare across the zoo nice and high, shall we? And by we, I mean you. Go on, get to it.
Yeah. That was really difficult.
Lovely job there. You should be proud of yourself.
I am.
Not only have you expanded the zoo and kept the animals as happy as Lanny, but you didn't bankrupt us in the process. Amazing.
Return to the menu. Or just pretend that we didn't yeet them in there and just leave them. Okay. What's the time? It's 8:30. I've only been doing this for 2 hours, which has just flown by. I have thoroughly enjoyed doing this game. The next one's Panda Park, which is awesome. I really enjoy that one. That's when we get Ling Ling, I think. That's the panda's name. I'm trying to remember some of these. I think that's the first one. Yeah, I think that's the first one you build yourself. Yeah, Panda Park. I did enjoy that one. That's pre-built, isn't it? Park is currently in state of development with some attractions only half complete. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I remember this one being really small. That one's really difficult. Animal Entertainment Park. Don't remember that. I do remember this one. Ruby. Go do your wee-wees. Good girl. I do remember this one because it's got that pit down there and it was a pain in the ass. Don't remember that one. Actually, I'm really struggling to remember all of these. I think I remember this one. That one's quite good. And then that one's a really, really small map, but you've got to get a lot of species in on it at the same time. I think I'm going to stick with doing this for a while. We'll go through these on the medium difficulty. And then I'm going to try and do these ones. No idea. I haven't seen this one. Okay. Pennsylvania. That looks... This looks interesting. Okay, we got... Oh, this one looks good. I do like a sandy kind of like African outbacky feel. Oh, actually, I like the jungle. No, I like that one too. That looks good. Yeah, not so much. I don't like that look. This looks interesting. And I know it's time to start signing off when I start doing that. Goats, not goats. Ooh, this is a barnyard zoo. Ooh, I do like that. I do like the farmyard side of things. And then we could do some timed ones, but I don't like time so much. I've only got 50 minutes to do it. Okay, an hour 15 and then hard 40 minutes. Do they, I guess, I hope they start you off. But that's an hour on hard, so an easy is an hour and a half. Okay. We got a lot to work with here, because that's the career mode. Then we've got time mode. Challenges. What's challenge? Scenario zoo. Alright, well let's go desert. Ocean. Flat. What challenges? What does challenge mean? Build your zoos offline with full economy and challenges. Alright, well that sounds interesting, and I do like sandbox. Where you can just... Whereabouts are we? You can build... Oh, you can build in the Arctic too now. Ooh. Might build one out in Tassie. I think I'm going to stick with this for a while. Oh, this. I need to get some new packs. I think I've got quite a few. Oh. I don't need to go into Steam right now. I don't need to go into Steam right now. Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed doing this. I'm definitely feeling it. it's been a really long day today. My little one went to school, playgroup. The school's got back today after a short half term. And I tell you what, I watched him run around for most of it and I'm tired. So, yeah, it's 8:30 here in the evening. I'm an old lady. Thank you for the follow. Thank you very much for hanging out. Thank you very much for the lurking. Thank you, Brad, for the lurk. I can feel myself going to sleep. I'm going to start yawning now. It is time to sign off. I reckon tomorrow, what are we on tomorrow? Tuesday. I'm going to come back to this and we're going to continue on doing these missions. I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. All right. Take care of yourselves wherever you are, and I will catch you on the next one. Good night.